What's up guys, welcome back to yet another video. Today is a fun one, not that the other ones aren't fun, but this one is right up my alley, and you can go ahead and pack your tying thread away because we won't be needing anything of that. Before I start tying this fly, I just want to make a shout out to the members of the channel, which are Nikos, PMB Fishing Co., Alan Halsey and Makinger. I don't know if that's your real name, but Makinger is your YouTube username. So thank you guys for being members of the channel. Let's jump down to the vise here and glue out this fly. So the hook in the vise here is the TP610 from Eric's Hooks. And it's kind of weird if you don't need any tying thread, but I've already plucked out some feathers here. You can see them here. These are just some olive colored grizzly feathers, not flat wings, but they are still rooster feathers. So a bit thicker or a bit stiffer fibers, not thicker. First off, you can see, let me just try to explain this as good as I can. 6 feathers going from thin to a bit thicker, and then for the front hackles I want them to be the biggest. So we're still building up a taper. The fly will have a lot of movement. There's just no tying thread in it. So what I like to do here is to take 2 feathers and kind of put them together like this to measure out the length. Like so, align the tips like this, and then this is just a question of personal likings, I guess. So just find a length that you find is good. I think this is looking pretty good. So that's like 1.5 times the length of the hook shank. So trim them off. So they are looking like this. Okay. Then just grab one at a time. And I guess you could tie these in. But this just gives a really nice look to the fly, the overall look. So put a drop of UV resin onto the feather like this. Kind of push the fibers down a little bit to give it a slimmer profile. And then just place it onto the hook here. Well, I need to adjust this a little bit. I hope you can see it here. Get that onto the side of the hook. This can be a little bit tricky, so just work with it. You have all the time in the world because this is not epoxy. There we go. That's one in. Same thing for the next one. Got a drop of glue on here. Just a small one, you don't need a whole lot to kind of fixate the feather. You can always put on a bit more afterwards, which we will, which I will. And if you're gluing along, you will too, so just be patient. Okay, so now the same thing for the other side. Again, I have to turn this, otherwise I can't glue these in, but you will see it when I turn it back over. There you go. So here you can see what I'm looking at from above. Nice flat profile. Okay. So, and here you can, if you want to, you can secure these a little bit better by putting some glue in between. There's kind of like a groove in between the feathers here. So just get a little bit of glue in there. And also on the side here. Same on the top. Same on this side. Right. Move it around a little bit and cure that. And now these feathers aren't going anywhere. They are just as secured in there as they would be if you had just tied these in, okay? Maybe even a little better, because if you tie, well, this is just a theory, but when you tie in a feather and you apply some pressure onto the hook stem, it gets a weak point right there, okay? So this might even be a little bit safer. But either way, these feathers will of course break, but they won't break up here. Rather, they will break out here in the tip. So let's get the next feathers going here. Same thing. Align the tips roughly. Doesn't need to be that perfect. And these two I want to glue in on the middle of the hook shank here. So measure that out. And also I want them to be slightly shorter than the previous bunch, which was right around this point here. So go in with your scissors. Cut them out, and you can kind of just flick them like this with your finger, and they will, the loose fibers will fall off. So again, let's get a drop of glue on here. And depending on the feathers you're using, if you're using something like, I already have one lying around here while I was practicing for this. Let me hold that up here. This one has a strand of flash in it, and I had one down here where I covered the underbody with some tinsel. So you have a lot of options here. This one is just going to be really simple because these olive feathers aren't that easy to see through. So glue that feather onto the side there. Next one. Rub on. And I kind of like to use the tip of the feather here and then just distribute that glue a little bit by pulling it along the hook shank. There we go. So same thing, let's secure these a little bit better. Get a drop in between here. Way around. Like so. Cure that. Whoa. hope I didn't blow out your ears there. Last pair of feathers. Measure it out. Right around here, I think is good. A bit shorter. So I could have prepared this a little bit better, obviously, by cutting these, but this way you at least see the work in progress. I think this is looking good. So pull the fibers apart like this, and then just cut it. Flick the tips a little bit. Finger. It's gonna drop on here. Just a little one. Maybe push the fibers a little bit like this. And same thing. Get some glue, distribute it a little bit on the hook shank, sure that there we go. And I guess depending on the length of the hook and stuff like that, you could get away with just using 4 feathers. I think I could have gotten away with it here if you look at it from this side. If I had placed this feather a bit further up, it would have looked just as fine with only the 2. So I guess that's kind of a thing you'll need to experiment a little bit with. Last feather on here. Go. Oh, but this is looking very nice either way. And this tail here will of course kick a lot in the water. So at this point you can kind of determine if you want to, or you can decide if you want to make this like a candy style, like this one here, where you glue the entire hook basically. This will add some weight, make it jig in the water. But looking at this, I don't think I want to do that. I want to just make a nice little head and add some ice, which I have on my hand here as always. So to prep that, I'll just put on a little bit of glue here in the front, kind of force the feathers to go back, lie down a little bit to kind of narrow the head in a little bit. Eye here. Where's my dubbing needle? There it is. Try that. Same thing for the other side. Get some resin in, just a little bit. On the head here, push the fibers back. the eye on, make sure it's aligned with the other one. Man, this fly is turning out so perfect. Like, it's almost too damn perfect, if I have to say so myself. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. So cure that. Now all there's left to do is make a small head with resin, so that the eyes and these feathers up in front here won't get torn off. So just fill up that groove down there. And like always, you have to build up these kind of flies in steps, otherwise the resin will start to sag and really make it hard for you to work with. So just build it up in small stages like I am here, and you should be safe. Same thing here. Just fill up that groove in between feathers. Have a look here. Cure that. Last step. Cover the eyes. Down here. Work your way around it. Slowly. Not too much. There we go. Very focused here because the fly turned out so great. I don't want to mess it up at this point. So, whoops, sorry for being a bit quiet there. Just want this one to really turn out nice. So spin that in your vise. Just a few turns before you cure it, and that will really ensure you get a perfect shaped head all the way out to the hook eye here, really tapering down nicely. And then just set that for a little bit longer than usual, because I did build it up in stages, right? So it can be a little bit tacky. I don't see it that often with the solar res, but I've had it with other resins. Not that they're bad, but they kind of get more greasy for every layer you build up. And that there is one finished fly. Man, this turned out so nice. This thumbnail is going to look so sick. Right, so that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you do that. Hit the thumbs up button down there. Also the bell so you'll get notified whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much to the members who have already joined the members section. Please do consider joining the members section, because there will be some stuff over there that won't be available to the normal subscribers. And it sounds so stupid, but I won't be taking away any content from the normal subscribers, so don't be alarmed. But I will be making a little bit more, what's the right word? I will be making higher value content for the members only. So check out all of the things, and I will see you guys in the next video.